still doing dramas. Okay? I mean, nailed, okay? And I realized because these guys got older and want to sing, we needed somebody to take the mantle. And y'all did a great job with it last week, okay? All right? But what I want to do is I want to challenge you to let's have one every week, somewhere or another. Let's get to where we're making that part of the show, because it brings an energy and an excitement into the service that we've been missing.
Yeah. Right.
All right? It's not the whole service, but it's a part that we've kind of missed that we need to get back to. Okay? And don't look to Bo to do it. Okay? Let Bo be free to be the worship leader up here singing, because that's where he's happy now. Use him where you need him. But what I want to do is I want to see us come to where I love seeing your pretty face up there. It's Angel. That was really good there. It shined last week. And it's important. You know, Angela showed her wild side last week. I wish she was in here so I could. I know she's babysitting, but anyway, that's part of. We need that to see Angela get out of her box and to really show that she could be a part of it. Okay, that's important. You know, it's what we knew all along was we get the right name for whatever it is, that we don't freak her out. Okay. But Easter, we got through Easter. So the question today is, what's next? Okay? And you think about it, you have a big, huge high of a service like we had last week. And the next week, you know, as most churches, they go from high attendance on Easter to low attendance the next Sunday because everybody stays home, takes the week off. All right, into spring break. But, you know, we're good. We got a good crowd here this morning. So I'm happy. But I believe as a church it's time that we really begin to focus. We take the lessons we learn. And the lessons of Easter is the cross is gone. The work of the cross is done. Resurrection is here. Yeah. So what do we do with the resurrection? You know, Jesus told the disciples, you know, you hang around until something comes. Right? And that something is you got a comforter that's going, you're going to get power. Now I want to say, sometimes as a church, we kind of get lost that we're not looking for the power. Okay? You know, sometimes we want a song, we want to dance, we want to speak in tongues, or one or the other. But you know, the Holy Ghost wasn't about speaking in tongues. It wasn't about they were like drunk on wine. No, they were drunk on the Spirit. But it was about a power. It's a power that was strong enough to take a coward that denied Jesus 3 times, including to a little girl, to turn around and stand before the whole city of Jerusalem and declare, this is that was spoken of. That's the power to turn a coward into that one who's standing strong and bold to declare the word of the Lord, to declare the reality, the sincerity and the presence of Jesus Christ. If Jesus is not showing up in the midst of our services and that we're able to experience the reality of His person, then we are doing what we're supposed to be doing as church, because we're the body of Christ. And if the head ain't showing up, the body ain't a whole lot of good, y'all. I mean, we can do all the things that are saying the rest of the body, but until we get a purpose and we get a place and we get the power, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And that's what's next. Quit. You know, Leave Me Astounded is one of those songs that is an anthem of purpose. Yeah. Here we are as a church, and we're ready, Lord. You show up, and we'll answer wherever you direct us to do. And that's what it's about. Is everything that we're doing looking for Jesus to make an appearance? We know He's always here, y'all, okay? I don't want to debate that, all right? He's everywhere. But there is a difference in Him being everywhere and His appearing in power. And the power is what we need. Because power brings healing. The power brings deliverance. The power breaks the yokes of bondage that carry us in our lives. We're not going to get delivered except that the power of the Holy Ghost come into our midst, that Jesus Christ makes His appearing in the midst. And that's what we're looking for. That's what's next. Everything that we're going to do as a church is going to be the Acts 2 church that we've been talking about. I appreciate Bo bringing it up because he's heard the message. Okay, we're an Acts 2 church. The Acts 2 church is one that is presenting Jesus Christ to the world in power and reality. How do they know that you're my disciples? It's because you love one another the way I loved you. Love and love is an action, not as I love you. I love you, Steve. No, that don't work. There is a reality that says, I love you enough that, hey, I'm going to be there when I need to be. I'm going to help where I need to help. I'm going to restore. I'm going to forgive. I'm going to build you up. I'm going to... Loving says, I'm going to help you be all that God has called you to be. Amen. All right? And that's looking at the purpose, okay? You know, if I look at Sasquatch, we know Sasquatch is a preacher. All right? If I love him as Christ loves, I'm going to give him a place in order to share the gift that's within him and to help build that gift so that he can be all that God's called him to be in a way that grows, that blesses the body. He's got a gift that is to be given to the body, so we got to make a place for it. Right? Our youth are blessed in being able to present dramas or live videos in such a way that it blesses the body, and we need that. So we got to make a place for it. We got to make time for it. We got to practice. We got to say, hey, we don't just need this on Easter. We don't need 5 or 6 of them on Easter put together. We do need that, but I mean, we need one a week anyway to kind of keep us fed in between the big days. All right? You know, and that's part of it. Keeps you moving. When you share the gifts within you, you grow.
That's right.
Okay? If you get lazy and you don't exercise, you lose your muscle, you gain weight, gain inches in the wrong way, right? And you're not able to have the stability to go on that you've been called to do. You know, we all got to we have to put into practice the gift that's within us. We got to exercise it. We got to maneuver, and that's what's next. What has God called you to do? Where has God called you? You know, as we're making an effort as a church to reach out into our community to say, Jesus Christ came for Villa Rica. Right? We're a church in Villa Rica that is here to help wherever we can in this community. Right? It's going to be a time that we're going to say, no, Full Life is here for more than just Villa Rica. We're here for Carroll County. We're here for West Georgia. We're here for all of Georgia. But our initial initiative, let's start with Villa Rica. You know, for those that have been to Emmaus, talk about the story of a man who decided he wanted to change the world. Well, how is he going to change the world? Start out with his country. Well, his country is a big thing. And he said, well, let's start with our county. You know, well, our county's still too big. And he said, well, our city, you know, city's still bigger than I can tackle. What about my street? Well, my street's still a lot of people. How about I start in my home? And when we start in our home and we begin to expand, because if we get our home straight, then we're outward next. And you know, Paul says you don't let anybody be a leader in the church that can't take care of their home. So you know the first qualification of taking care of being a leader as a church is you got your home in order. Because I promise you, if your home is not in order, you're not going to be able to focus good on what God's called you to do in the church. So you have to take care of the next. And we grow as we accept the responsibility that we're given and we move out in it. Hallelujah. We got a responsibility. Okay? Some of the things that I want to see happen over the next few weeks is I want to get the monitors working out in the Welcome Center so that we got a live feed off of that camera right there with sound that's available in any one of the classrooms back there to be turned on at any time during service so that when there's a reason that you need to be out of the service, you're not missing what's going on in here. All right? One of the things that I understand talking to Sister Carol, for 6 or 8 weeks, she hasn't been in here to hear me preach until last week. And, you know, I'm pretty good on video, but I'm not as good on video as I am live, y'all. So, come on. You know, I'm in that, really. Okay. The reality is, we aren't at the place that we can have multiple services, because most churches now that have the kind of youth ministry we got are having multiple services, that one of them that is duplicate adult service to the other one, so that the ones that are leading youth are in the same kind of service to be fed and encouraged and strengthened. And the ones that are out there right now need to be able to be in this kind of service at least once on Sunday in order to be able to be strengthened and encouraged. And you burn out, okay? And not just burn out, but you become disconnected. Because one of the things that happens is if you're out there, you get disconnected from what's going on in here, and there begins to be a struggle back and forth. So how do we get to where we keep the unity? How do we get to where we keep the strength, that we keep the power of us working as one is an Acts 2 church? Because we're sharing the power of Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. And that's what I desire to do. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Who are we moving? What are we doing to strengthen one another? God's called us in purpose and in might and in power. Is that being revealed? Okay. Is power of Jesus Christ working in your life? Is there peace in your life? You know, after Easter service last week, I was wiped out. I was wiped out before Easter service, but after Easter service, I was wiped out. I went home and I crawled in bed last Sunday afternoon, and I slept except for about that much until Monday morning. I got up, hit the road, worked all day, got in just in time to go to birthday dinner with my dad last Monday night. It was out of the truck, in, off, have a family dinner, put on my happy face, deal with family, all the things, all that I had to do. And we drive back into the driveway between 9:30 and 10 o'clock Monday night. And from the gate in front of the garage all the way into the street, and then 2 fire trucks in the street, my driveway, yard, and street were filled up with fire trucks. There was fire trucks down. We could see through the woods. And I'm going, well, the alarm company didn't call me to tell me the house was on fire. But they're all in my yard like it's my house on fire. But the woods beside the house, behind the garage, all down, all the way to the creek, back down there had burned while we were gone. Well, they told us, you know, they had it pretty much under control, but they was waiting for the Forestry Service to come with a bulldozer because they were going to put a fire break around to contain it. I said, okay, fine.
First they told us that the owner had said to come home.
Yeah, the owner said to come on in, and he's waiting us in the driveway. I said, well, okay, I'm here. But, you know, the bottom line, and I went in and took a shower to go to bed because I was whooped. And they rung the doorbell while I was in the shower, and June had to go deal with them. And she's out on the porch taking pictures, and I'm taking a shower trying to get to bed because I feel awful. Well, I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know what the bulldozer was going to do. It was dark. I had to leave before dark in the morning. When I got home Tuesday, and I went out, I got in before daylight, before dark, excuse me, and I walked the line. And it was so awesome. Because what I realized, Eric, is that fire had come right to my property line. All the way around, and had never touched my property line. I mean, it did. The fire break that they cut was right on the edge of my property line all the way around. The dead tree that I was worried about falling on the garage off of the vacant lot got took out with the fire, so I didn't worry about that. But God took care of us in the midst, and I slept. I went to bed and went to sleep. I didn't pay any attention to the bulldozer. I had to rest. My body had said, you went far enough. With this pollen, between the pollen and the smoke, it was really working me over with my sinuses. But I recognized God took care of us. That He did put a hedge of protection around our property and took care of some issues. But He also cleaned out a mess that needed to be cleaned out of undergrowth. And when I got back Tuesday, there was still parts of that was still burning with a flame. But the fire break kept it contained where they had trees that were still burning back in there. But God has a way of taking those things that appear bad to make them look good. Yeah. If we judge them right on the incident, it doesn't always look good, but God works all the things together for good. Okay? I don't know how God's going to work out good of somebody stealing my catalytic converter off of the excursion. But I trust Him, okay? You know, it was aggravating. Deal with the police, get out there, and I did find out Travis didn't disconnect the cameras. So we still got cameras, and I have to always park right in front of the cameras. So when he goes and manages to check all the cameras, whether he gets it done this week or not, there'll be a picture of whoever did it. It'll show up on the camera. So, but the reality is, it'll get fixed. They didn't kill me. I'm not wounded. So that's a good thing. But we got to recognize that everything that God is bringing to us and He's allowing for us, if we will trust Him, that we will see Him work out good. If we're really walking according to His purpose. Are we loving Him as a church? Are we doing what God's called us to do as a church? Brother Gary said well in Sunday school, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy yesterday, because what could have happened could have been very negative. I could have took it and just really went on a rant, okay? But, hey, I cranked the excursion and it sounded like the engine was blowing up, and I turned it off, knew exactly what was going on before I got out of it. So I got to go through the process of getting a police report, calling everybody, knowing exactly what's going on in order to get it handled. But there is something good that will come out of it. I know that. And I'm trusting and praising that. Are you trusting God in what's going on? Autumn looks real happy that I said there's going to be dramas again. Okay? So she's got ideas that's already working and in the oven in order to get going. So I want to, hey, are you going to be the take charge person to take over and do it? Okay? All right? So, you understand? You with me? We got to determine what has God called us to do in the midst. Okay? There's big life coming in our midst. We got another baby coming. All right? And praise God, we're growing more. All right? So, hey, hallelujah. Oh, I know.
I love it.
Okay? So, where is God calling you in the midst? What's He calling you to do? You ready to dress up and be an angel more often? No. Are you ready to experience the power of Jesus Christ? To be encouraging, to lift up one another, to encourage one another? Okay. You got a gift working in you? If you're not, share the gift. Hey, I need to be encouraged once in a while. If anybody's got the gift of encouragement, I'm here. I'll take it, okay? Don't be afraid. I need it occasionally. Right? You just really, sometimes, I have to say, as pastor, I'm at the head of the complaint department. And I get lots of complaints. I love to give encouragement once in a while. Tell me what we're doing right. Libby calls me and said, remind me what I believe. Hey, remind me what we're doing right every now and then, okay? I hear plenty of what we're doing wrong. But come on. I believe that we're in a place that over the next few weeks, we're going to see a move of God like we have never experienced. All right? I'm praying for the rain of the Holy Ghost. You know, JB's come to me in my dreams. I've seen beating that tambourine, saying, "Send down the rain, Lord. Send down the latter rain." The picture is so vivid in my mind that it's time for that power of the rain of God to come again and visit us. You know, the one thing about rain, you know, we only have enough for a little while. Okay? We need more. We forget to ask for more. You know, we have a great service like we did last week. How many prayed for this week's service the way they did for last week? Me. Okay. Okay. Think about it. Okay. Our focus was on this big, huge Easter, big day, biggest church day of the year. Okay. We need to be working in that fervent prayer and preparation every day. Okay. This is our home. This is God's home. This is the temple of our Lord. This is holy ground. Every time we open up the doors, we need to be expecting guests to come in. Amen. Hallelujah. You know, Brother Kevin came today. Amen. And brought his children. Amen. And I think his children are finally feeling brave enough to stay out there without him. And that's pretty good for a little bit. Okay. And the first, you know, it takes a little time. We got to do, but we got to be at the place that we can make him feel comfortable with him staying up, and we can make them feel really comfortable, so that he's able to experience this here while they experience that out there. Amen. But we need to be expecting that every time we open the doors, that we're going to have somebody that is coming in to get acquainted with what's going on. So we're rolling out the guest carpet to say, "Come on." But at the same time, we got to recognize, hey, he's here. And we're moving, we're growing, and it's sometimes a balance, y'all, okay? To make sure that we don't get too far in one direction or the other, because we can get so focused on newcomers that we forget that we got people that are growing in Jesus Christ every day that need to be taken on. And I pray that as pastor that I bring you a message every week that will help you wherever you are. I try to make it easy. I try to make it simple. I try to give you things to go on. We got some awesome teachers. We got some awesome ministers in this place. But most of all, we are here in a place that God's called us to grow. Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to move? Are you ready to... my goodness. Are you ready to experience Him just a little bit fresh? Okay. Y'all ready to do something just a little bit different? Oh, praise God. Bo, go invite all the youth to come on back in. Valerie, cue up, I'm not ashamed. Because I believe this is what we got to be as a church. Join me, Diana. Okay. See, I want to invite everyone. Feel like it? The platform's open. I'm not going to try to climb up there today. I'm going to stay down here on the floor. But is it? Come on, girl. All right, you get up there. But I want to ask you something. Are you ashamed of Jesus Christ?
No.
Well, as this song says, I want to dance for you. Nobody's watching. I want to sing for you like nobody's listening. And I want to worship you like nothing else matters. And I want to tell you what, when we do that as a church, it becomes contagious. Hallelujah. Kick this light, Jim, Valerie. Crank it up. Hallelujah.